Hi everybody, welcome to your midweek energy check-in reading. This is a 4-card spread. Here comes Bella. This is for your past, your present, your future energies and what they'd like you to embrace more of. And then we're going to finish off with an oracle card. I think it'll be an energy oracle card, but let's see. So let's have a look there. We're going to start off with Aries and we're going to timestamp Aries at 0027. Welcome Aries to your midweek energy check-in. Oh, I love doing these. Right, let's get on with this. So it's a 4-card spread. It's your past, your past, your present, your future energies and what they'd like you to embrace more of, followed by an oracle card. So let's see. One more shuffle, please, and thank you. Oh, there we go. Okay, your past energy is the 9 of Cups, Aries. Your present energy is the 5 of Swords. Your future energy is the Page of Cups. And what they'd like you to embrace more of is the Queen of Swords. I like to see the Queen of Swords when we have the 5 of Swords. Right, okay. 9 of Cups is the energy that you're just coming out of and stepping into the 5 of Swords. Now, the 9 of Cups is actually feeling really happy. You know, it's like, what's gone wrong here, Aries? A little bit of a bump in the road, maybe. The 9 of Cups is all about wish fulfillment, feeling content, everybody around you being happy, but it's also about you being in that energy also and feeling it. The universe then delivers it to you. It's kind of called the wish fulfillment card for that reason. So it's kind of telling me you have been really in touch with your emotions, your relationships, your feelings lately. And yeah, a lovely card, really happy, successful card. However, I'm not sure what's gone wrong here because we're stepping into the 5 of Swords. And the 5 of Swords is people being quite, quite just argumentative, can be quite spiteful with their words, their communication. People just being argumentative, as I said. And you can see that this guy has got the sword behind his back and it's like he wants to win at all costs. He wants to win the argument. He wants to be this. He wants to be that. Be careful that's not your energy, Aries. And I don't know if you're putting your foot down with somebody because 9 times out of 10, you'll be the one that comes off worse off, you know. Again, I am reading a good old Mel Robbins' Let Them book once again, and it just reminds you of the let them theory, but also empower yourself. Don't just say let them and get on with it, you know, let them, but what do you want out of it? What do you get out of it? And that's what's to focus on. So the 5 of Swords is very much, as I say, you might be dealing with some people at work or around you, relationships, who are just pushing your buttons at the moment. And I must admit, when it comes to Christmas and you're trying to work and get everything done, tensions can run a bit high. Now, the Page of Cups is what's coming up for you, which is lovely. The Page of Cups, very Piscean. This is somebody, or the energy of this card is, just go with the flow, you know, let's just step in and have a bit of fun. The Page of Cups is really spontaneous, emotional, but also a bit of put it in the bucket. Do you know what I mean? Just go with the flow, Aries. It's also a very unexpected gesture could be coming in for you. I'd like to think you're looping back round to the 9 of Cups with the 5 of Swords energy of, you know what, let them, but what do I get out of it by letting them? That's what to concentrate on. You do have the Queen of Swords as what they want you to concentrate on more of, and the Queen of Swords is telling them straight, especially with that 5 of Swords. You know, maybe you just go with the flow because it's like a bit easier. Now, the Page of Cups is go with the flow, but there's a caveat to that to say it's got to be your flow. It's cups, it's your heart chakra, yeah? I think this has got to be on your terms, Aries. The Queen of Swords makes sure of that. You know, she's like, she doesn't mince her words. She has very clear-cut communication. You know what? She has boundaries and she knows exactly when to use them, how to use them, and how to communicate with those who know exactly where they stand. So interesting energy for you this week. Right, let's have a look at the energy oracle cards. Final message, please, and thank you. What do we have? Goddess of the Moon. Gorgeous card. Goddess of the Moon, very high priestess like. So it's also telling you and reminding you here, Aries, to trust your intuition this coming week with your energies here. So I hope you enjoyed that. Have a wonderful week and I'll see you next week. We're moving straight on to Taurus. I'm not going to timestamp yet, Taurus. Gosh, get into the flow, Shelley. And we just need to do a quick shuffle for Taurus. Oh, again, Taurus, 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 please and thank you. Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. Bella is in here, so I do apologise. She might bark. I might have to pause it if she does, but we'll see because we've got somebody coming round. Right, okay, Taurus. Let's timestamp you at what have we got? 0528. Welcome, Taurus, to your midweek energy check-in. Thank you, as always, for being here. Just a little message. Don't forget to check out your midweek, your week ahead. Oh my gosh, it's because I'm going so quickly. Your week ahead zodiac sign readings too. Right, let's get on with this for you. Okay. Okay. No, I'm not going to take them. I'll tell you why. Because I haven't asked for them. And I didn't ask for their placement, so that's important. So what's the past energy for Taurus, please? And thank you. We have Judgment. We have the Hermit as your current energy. And your future energy is the Ace of Swords. I like that. What they would like you to embrace more of is the Nine of Cups. Now, Judgment is very much the calling card, the card of calling to action. There's something that you've responded to, an inkling about somebody, something here, because that's what Judgment's about. This is Archangel Gabriel waking those people up out of their boxes with the trumpet of communication. And it's kind of like, oh, there's a bit of a ta-da moment gone on here. You know, Judgment also is about you knowing that now's the time to say something or do it. And you're now coming out of that energy and you're stepping into the Hermit mode for some reason. Now, the Hermit is very much being alone. I don't know if there's something that went on with that Judgment call. It was a little bit of a shake-up as well. It's made you feel a little bit like, right, okay, now I need to isolate myself, have a jolly good think. Just take some time out and reflect on what's happening at the moment. Important thing is the Hermit carries the lantern, and that lights his path ahead of him, but not too far. It's just one step at a time. Now, the Ace of Swords is in your future energy, which is lovely. I think by going in this Hermit mode and I don't know, even isolating yourself from somebody, cutting yourself off from somebody, however that may resonate with you, brings in this Ace of Swords energy, which is complete clarity of mind. This is decision time. This is clear-minded thinking also. I love this. This is also knowing which way you're going to focus on something too. Now, the Nine of Cups is what they want you to embrace more of. The Nine of Cups is very much the card of gratitude and love, and contentment. You can see he has 9 cups there. He's quite, he's quite satisfied, sat back there in his chair, and it's like, I don't know, just like trusting the universe and loving life there. I think there's a little bit of gratitude journaling, perhaps they're wanting you to embrace more of, and just look at those around you. And I don't know, maybe you've got to step into the energy of what you really want out of your heart, because that's when the Nine of Cups comes in too. So let's have a look. We're going to finish on your energy oracle card here. Just one final message, please, and thank you for Taurus. We have attachment. Now, attachment, a message of attachment is about feeling like you're literally attached to somebody or something out of loyalty, but not out of love necessarily. Feeling a little bit trapped. You can see she's literally chained herself, maybe, to that post there. Now, again, she's looking in the mirror, a little bit of self-reflection going on there with the Hermit. Is there something that you're trying to detach yourself from? Or definitely feels like that with this reading here. But the Ace of Swords you're coming into is giving you mental clarity and clear cut and even truth. The swords represent our mindset, and it also represents truthful, honest communication. So I hope you enjoyed that, Taurus. Let me know how it resonates. Thank you, as always, for watching. And we're moving swiftly on to Gemini. So a quick shuffle for Gemini. Let's have a look. Gemini. Gemini. So, hi Gemini, let's timestamp you at 09:39. Hi Gemini, welcome to your midweek energy check-in. This is a 4-card spread as usual, as is your past, your present, your future energies, what they would like you to embrace more of. And then we're going to finish with a energy oracle message too. Just to pre-warn you, we've got Bella in the room, but we'll let her stay. Right, only if you're a good girl though. So let's get on with this reading. Okay, we have your past energy out there. What's the present energy? Please and thank you for Gemini. Oh, I love this for you, Gemini. 2 of Wands. Your future energy is the Page of Wands. Lovely cards. And the 2 of Pentacles is what they would like you to embrace more of. Now, the Page of Pentacles is a lovely card. This is something telling me that perhaps just recently what you're now stepping out of is that you're committed to something that you're going to learn, that you're going to study. The Page of Pentacles is a very studious energy. It's also a very young energy, so it's something like a fresh new thought process going on here too, but committed to a project, a tangible project too. So it could be work, homework, you know, something to do with the home life too. But also with this card, the energy of the card is like you're in it for the long run. You know that there's a commitment involved in this, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm quite happy to do that. Let's give it a go. I like that because you've got the 2 of Wands as how you are now. And this is like, wow, well, you've got a little bit of skill or something or learning under your belt here now, gives you this energy of the 2 of Wands. But there's a bit of confidence about this 2 of Wands for you, Gemini, because he's standing there in the confidence of his own castle thinking, well, maybe it's time for me to actually push myself a little bit further now, because that's what the 2 of Wands represents. Wands are our tenacity, our drive, our determination, and it's a fiery energy. So it's like, oh, that's given you a bit of a fire in your belly. That Page of Pentacles has maybe built up a bit of confidence, like I said, for your knowledge about something now, which gives you that oomph to think, oh, now what can I do? This is quite exciting. It's a very shall I, shan't I card, but I think you do, because you're going into the Page of Wands, who's very very ambitious, looks at a new project through very determined, but also, again, you've got 2 pages. So it's like there's a nice freshness about this reading, what I'll say, with the pages being involved. Almost a naive sense of ambition here, going into something that another project, another job, whatever it is, this 2 of Wands, it looks like you've made your mind up to do something quite creative, and think, well, you know what, let's just give it a go. Let's see where this goes. There's no, what do I want to say? There's no sense of worry with the Page of Wands here. It's lovely. It's just like, again, like I said, let's give it a go. The 2 of Pentacles is what they want you to embrace more of. Now, the 2 of Pentacles is very much the card of balance, priorities, money also, because it's Pentacles. You can see what he's doing there. He's like trying to balance out the finances here, isn't he? Maybe, with the Page of Pentacles, perhaps this is bringing more balance, financial balance in for you. They want you to focus on that. What will this bring to you? Also, the 2 of Pentacles for me is always the card of, well, if you think you can only do one thing, you can actually do both. It just means you're going to have to reprioritize some time and energy maybe, or even some money in order to fit this in for you. But overall, Gemini, that is a lovely reading. Just doing a mic check because I'm absolutely paranoid about my mics. Okay, right, let's get on with the energy oracle cards. Let's get one final message, please and thank you. What, do you know what? I just had it in my head with that 2 of Wands. I had this card in my head. You can't, honestly, I know you wouldn't know that, and I can't prove it to you in any way, shape or form, but you've got journey, because that's what that 2 of Wands reminded me of, going on a journey. Very exciting. What I will say about this card is she's pointing in one direction with her, with her face. Her body language is pointing in the other direction. The signs are going all over. So it is like, that you want to move on, but you're just in a space of, oh, I'm not too sure at the moment. But that Page of Wands pushes you out of that and goes, go on, just give it a go. What have you got to lose, Gemini? That's what that makes me feel. Love that super reading, Gemini. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Right, okay, moving on. Who do we have next? I think we have Cancer next, don't we? Oh, we certainly do. Okay, quick shuffle up for Cancer. Please and thank you. Okay, Cancer. Wow, okay. We need to take note of that. That's the 10 of Pentacles, Cancer. But I haven't actually started it yet, so it's just like a little pre-shuffle there for you. Okay, with timestamp Cancer, at 14:58. Welcome, Cancer, to your midweek energy check-in. Thank you as always for being here. Don't we just love this time of the week? I love it. Right, okay, let's get on with your reading. This is a 4-card spread. This is your past, your present, and your future energies, and what they would like you to embrace more of. So let's get on with this. Your past energy is please and thank you for Cancer. Oh, I love that. Queen of Wands. I always see you as the Queen of Wands, Cancer, and I always say that, although Wands is traditionally Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but I always see Cancerians as, you know, go-getters, creative, got a lot of fire in the belly. Oh, the Lovers is the energy that you're in at the moment. The 6 of Wands is the energy that you're going to be stepping into, and then they'd like you to embrace more of the King of Swords, though. Now, the Queen of Wands, as I said, lovely card, very entrepreneurial, very creative, fiery, go-getter lady. You know, she doesn't care what people think about her either. She just gets on with it and does it. You know, very much reminds me of a member of my family, and actually she's Cancer. She did a dance with her daughter and dressed up as the Grinch dancing. You know, you couldn't make it up, and I see her as the Queen of Wands so much. This is what the Queen of Wands would do. You know, she likes the attention, but she'll do it in such a manner that it's a good laugh, you know, and she looks at everything really positively. She's holding a massive sunflower there. So, yeah, interesting. This is for Cancer, and it's just made me think of her. Now, the Lovers is how you are at the moment. I love this for you. Lovers, are you loved up? Are you now stepping in? You know, this Queen of Wands, she certainly would. She's very attractive. So it's like you are attracting somebody to you at the moment, or you're just feeling very loved up, very confident in relationship and your friendships. I really love this for you. I do have to cover this card up especially. I've never seen such a graphic card in my life in tarot. Such a shame, because they are beautiful. So yeah, also that's attributed to Gemini, so you could be stepping in, I don't know, relationship perhaps with a Gemini even, or dealing with a Gemini in a positive aspect. The Lovers also represents your choices in life as well, choices of friendships and relationships. And maybe, you know, with that Queen of Wands, I just feel like you are absolutely shining at the moment, Cancer. You are the centre of attention, and clearly with that Lovers card, you know, that's how you're feeling too at the moment, and probably attracting lots of people around you. Again, you've got the 6 of Wands that you're stepping in, your future energy, stepping out of that feeling attractive, going into, this is the card of success. Not only is it the card of success, it's the card of public success. You know, other people see how good you are. This is also about you coming through some tricky times and other people congratulating you and thinking, right, how on earth does Cancer do it? How does she pull it all? How do they pull it out the bag every single time? This can also relate to your confidence in displaying your skill set, if you like, and getting recognised for it and attention, being in, again, centre of attention. What a week for you, Cancer. What they'd like you to embrace more of, a little bit boring, is the King of Swords. I always feel like they want to bring you a little bit back into, still got to remain logical and clear-cut communication about something here. The King of Swords is very data-driven. Maybe with this 6 of Wands, is this something you're stepping into that could be your own business idea? The King of Swords, they would definitely recommend that you check out the details of something here, contractually, whatever it may be, however it resonates for you. The King of Swords, as I said, he's very much the judge of the deck, and he takes, you know, the facts of the matter. There's something about you needing to be a bit more factual about something, a bit more, don't skip the small print here. Cancer, sorry, I'm just looking at the Gemini, and then the King of Swords is actually a Gemini, so there's a big Gemini presence here too. So let's finish on a final oracle message, please and thank you, for Cancer. What do we have? We have man holding a coin. Isn't that interesting? Because I do feel like this King of Swords is male. Obviously, he sits in his male energy. But man holding a coin, there could be some sort of influence also financially. It could even be used sitting, you know, very, very in a masculine energy, which means, you know, you're just going to get on with stuff and sort stuff out. But yeah, man holding coin. Perhaps there's finances that are coming to going to be the center of attention also with this. And I think it kind of connects with that King of Swords. Looking at the finances, I want to put that underneath the data, some sort of information coming in. That's the energy. They want you to be curious, intelligent, and fair and balanced about it too. Gosh, I could go on forever with this reading, but these are just energy check-ins. So anyway, Cancer, I hope you enjoyed that. Probably my longest one I've ever done. Let me know how it resonates. And we are going on to Leo. Leo. Okay, if we can get the cards shuffling. Right, Leo. Quick shuffle and time stamping Leo for... What are we time stamping Leo at? 20:53. So welcome, Leo, to your midweek energy check-in. Thank you, as always, for being here. This is a 4-card spread. This is for your past, your present, your future energies and what they would like you to embrace more of. Okay, Leo. You are just coming out of the Page of Pentacles energy and you are stepping into the Queen of Swords energy. This is how you are at the moment. What's coming up for you, wow, is the Magician. What they'd like you to embrace more of is the 8 of Cups. Now, the Page of Pentacles, I love this, very studious energy, all about you're learning something, you're achieving something, you've committed to something that's tangible too, because the Page of Pentacles is a very studious energy. This is like going back to school, learning, maybe having to learn something new in your job. Whatever it is, the Page of Pentacles is a very committed energy. You know, they know that it's going to take a little while, but they don't mind. They're quite happy to give it their all on a project. Now, the Queen of Swords is how you're sitting at the moment. Very decisive, love this, very in tune with your thoughts. Your communication is absolutely clear cut. There's no beating around the bush with the Queen of Swords. There's something that you are, I don't know, are you laying it down? Are you laying the law down at the moment, Leo, saying, right, okay, because there's an air of confidence here with that Page of Pentacles and learning something new. Kind of puts you in your position of, you know, right, now I can face this full on. She also cuts off people that do not serve her. So as I say, there's a great air of confidence about you, Leo. Getting communication across, and boundaries. Queen of Swords is very much about boundaries. She knows her boundaries. She knows that she won't put up with any piffle-paffle. As I say, she's so clear-cut and assertive in her communication that there's no grey area with her. So I love that for you, Leo. Now, the Magician is what you're stepping into. My gosh, talk about strong. You're going from the Queen of Swords, who's like laying it out on the table and like, it's either this way or, you know, it's not my way or the highway, but it's a lovely, you know, there's no beating around the bush with this Queen of Swords. The Magician knows then that he's capable of doing whatever he likes, whatever he wants to manifest. Yeah, he has every ace, if you like, up his sleeve. He has the Ace of Swords for clear communication. The Ace of Pentacles, it's about, you know, starting new financial opportunities. The Ace of Cups, you know, he's in touch with his emotions and he's following his heart. And the Ace of Wands has that oomph and that fire in his belly. So, oh my gosh, you are absolutely on fire with these energies here, Leo. The Magician, again, tells me it's number one. There's something new that you are really set on achieving. Also, love that fire in your belly. 8 of Cups is what they want you to embrace more of. Now, the 8 of Cups is, again, it's stepping away from things that aren't really serving you any longer. Now, the Cups are their matters of the heart. I think the Queen of Swords actually puts the, you know, what's it called, you know, cuts off, as say, people that, or things that aren't serving her. They want you to do a bit more of that, and I feel like this is a more boundary setting also. The 8 of Cups is also, for me, is recognizing when you've outgrown something or somebody. Yeah, and just keep going and going. You know, it's like, there's like another cup out there. Like there's an outline of a cup, another one there to be had, and you've got to go and find it. It's like they're wanting you to keep this adventurous confidence up about you, Leo. I love it. Absolutely love it. Now, let's have a look. These are the energy oracle cards. The final message for you, Leo, is patience. You know, we've all got to be patient, I guess. Patient with life itself. The magician, maybe you're going to have to be a bit more patient about, you know, what's coming up with this magician, because it just feels like you've gone from the Page of Pentacles, which is quite a slow energy, to the Queen of Swords, to the magician, and it's like, wow, this is, yeah, this is like, I'm not going to say life-changing because that's too dramatic, but there's big steps here, Leo. But just remember, be patient too with it all. So, hope you enjoyed that. Oh my gosh, I nearly stopped the video. That would be disastrous. I'd have to start it all over again. Oh dear. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, Leo. Let me know how it resonates. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week. And we are just going to quick shuffle for Virgo, and we're going to timestamp Virgo. Virgo, we are on 26/14. Welcome, Virgo, to your midweek energy check-in reading. Absolutely love doing these. Oh my gosh, just have a big smile on my face when I'm doing these. Right, let's get on with it. This is your 4-card spread for your past, present, future energies and what they would like you to embrace more of. So what's coming up for Virgo? What's the past energy, please, and thank you. We have the 7 of Cups. This is what you're just coming out of. You're stepping into the Knight of Swords. This is how you are at the moment, the Knight of Swords, or stepping into it, I should say. And then coming up for you is the 4 of Swords. We like this. And what they would like you to embrace more of is the Hierophant. 7 of Cups, lovely energy. This is what you've just come out of. The 7 of Cups is very much procrastinating energy. It's like you've made your mind up on something now. Could you do relationships, friendships? It's Cups. Maybe you couldn't make your mind up before because there wasn't in a position to do so. Maybe you thought, oh, I might upset somebody, and that could have been resolved now. But it's like you've made your mind up finally. It's as though pathways, you know, you've got a whole new choice in life at the moment going on, or you've just coming out of that. You've chosen something. You're in the Knight of Swords energy. It's like, right, now I've made my mind up. I'm getting on with this, and I'm sorting it out now, because the Knight of Swords is the fastest moving knight in the deck. Knights progress situations and projects, if you like, and the Swords energy is very fast, quick thinking. Just be careful of that energy. It can be a little bit bull in a china shop. I always put a caveat to this. And in fact, I had a new sort of revelation about the Knight of Swords the other day. This is what happens when you're a tarot reader, by the way. Normal everyday life, you just put a tarot card in your head and think, oh my gosh, it's so Knight of Swords I've just had. So I was helping my daughter with some paperwork, and bless her heart, she was reading through every single letter, every page, and there was bundles and bundles of it, and I was tempted to say to her, oh, you don't need to read that, just go to the bottom and sign it. That's Knight of Swords energy. The Knight of Swords would be the person that would, I don't know, get a flat pack furniture, be absolutely confident, say, no, I can put it together, not a problem, don't need to read the instructions, and then end up with, I don't know, 10 bolts at the end of it, thinking, So there is a little bit of a caveat with this. This is about, as I say, you putting your words into action. Just be careful how quickly you go with it, though. And what a welcome break you've got afterwards. You've got the 4 of Swords, that your future energy. After that Knight of Swords, this is lovely to see. This is rest, relaxation, and recuperation and repair. This is about, you know what, this is 100 miles an hour mindset, mental. This is what they call it, mental, when they do the hurdles, and then, you know, a triathlon, if you like. This now is you having a bit of a break from it all. It's like, yeah, you know what, time to relax. It puts things back into perspective for you. It fills your tank again. Your mind becomes more clearer, and you're able to make clearer decisions because you've rested. So again, be careful of that Knight of Swords energy. Great, fast, really exciting energy. But yeah, there's a little caveat that comes with that. Now, what they want you to embrace more of is the Hierophant. The Hierophant's a very spiritual card. This is about very guru energy. There is something maybe that you're very, very good at, and maybe you need to spread your wings a little bit more on, spread the word, so to speak. If certainly you have an influence over some people, say you run a group or you are, I don't know, on a platform of some kind, they want you to get out there a little bit more, because what you're doing is obviously really working. This is, as I say, these people here are at his feet listening to every single word that he says. Yeah, I like that. Very, again, something to do with teaching. They want you to be that teacher, Virgo. So let's finish. We're going to finish with an energy oracle. Final message, please and thank you, for Virgo. What do we have? We have hostilities. What is that all about? So overall in here, there could be people not in agreement with this. But you know what? Go and read the Let Them theory by Mel Robbins, is what I would say. So yeah, just be aware of that. Maybe the hostilities is with that Knight of Swords too. They say he can cause a little bit of problems if you go in like bull in a china shop at something. So I hope you enjoyed that, Virgo. Let me know how it resonates, and I shall catch up with you for your zodiac readings on Saturday. Anyway, let's get on with the next reading is for Libra. So quick shuffle for Libra, please and thank you. We are time-stamping you, Libra, at 31:38. So welcome, Libra, to your midweek energy check-in. I hope you're all well. Ooh. So this is a 4-card spread. It's your past, present and future energies and what they would like you to embrace more of. Thanks, as always, for being here. Let's get on with this for Libra, please and thank you. Okay, here we go. Knight of Wands is your energy that you are stepping out of. You are stepping into the Lovers. Your future energy, oh, look at that, is the Wheel of Fortune. I like this. And then, oh my gosh, Libra, the Empress, which is attributed to Libra, is what they'd like you to embrace more of. And straight away, that makes me think they're saying, Libra, be a bit more you. Yeah, don't be afraid to be you. Knight of Wands is the energy you're coming out of, and the Knight of Wands is very fast progress, fire in your belly, getting on with the project, getting it done, as they say. Are we still in Sagittarius season? Just about. And Sagittarius season actually it reminds us to embrace projects that we need to be getting on with vigor and fun, and yeah, it's a real getting those lists ticked off energy. I like that. Something very put a fire in your belly too about, because you've got the Lovers as you're sitting at the moment. Now the Lovers is about relationships and friendships, and this card is extremely graphic, so I really do need to cover him up and her. Yeah, so you're sitting as the Lovers, which is about feeling passionate about friendships, relationships. There's a determination about this Knight of Wands too. However, what I will say is actually turned his back on this one. But maybe that's what you're happy to do. There is for some of you, I think it's you're making a choice in a friendship and a relationship to perhaps turn your back on. But for others, it's definitely a lovely card of maybe you're feeling revitalized with your relationships and friendships. Whatever it is, it's your choice. That's what the Lovers represents. Coming up, you've got the Wheel of Fortune. What beautiful cards. So the Wheel of Fortune is about things turning in your favour. And again, it could be relating to this Lovers card here. Whatever the choice you make here, it seems to be the right one, because things are moving on and progressing there. It's like things going round to the next stage for you. The Empress is the energy they'd like you to embrace more of. Look how confident she is. She's lovely, the Empress. She's very soft in her approach with things. She's very feminine and very attractive. Do you know what? I just know that they're wanting you to remind yourself, Libra, how beautiful you are, how you can be so laid back if you want to be, and trust the universe for everything to grow again. There's a lovely sense of confidence about that Empress sat there. Oh, I love it. I love it. Right, let's finish with an energy oracle for you, Libra. Oh my goodness. They want to come out in twos. If it does it again, I'll take them. We just want one, please, for Libra. Okay. Oh my gosh. Look at that. You've got appreciation, appreciation. Now, the energy of appreciation is about gratitude, and looking at every tiny little things, you know, because it's the small things that we're grateful for that makes the big things easier to be grateful for. Does that make sense? So, you know, she's looking at her garden that she's got there. She's got a beautiful flower, beautiful rose picked there. It's like, wow, appreciate the smaller things in life. I think that's what turns your wheel too. So I hope you enjoyed that, Libra. Let me know how it resonates. And we're moving swiftly on to Scorpio. Right, quick shuffle for Scorpio. And we have a pre-shuffle come out of the Six of Swords. Nice card. Here comes Bella. Right, we're time stamping Scorpio at, what are we time stamping? Look, 36:05. Welcome, Scorpio, to your midweek energy check-in reading. Thank you for being here. So Bella has just walked in, and sometimes she just pushes that tripod. Right, let's get on with this. This is a 4-card spread. This is your past, present, and future energies and what they would like you to embrace more of. Let's see what's coming up for you. Okay, what's the past energy for Scorpio, please and thank you? That came out in your pre-shuffle. I do hope you saw that. It's literally seconds before this timestamp. It literally fell out and I said, here we go, here's your pre-shuffle. Six of Swords came out again. That's excellent. Love that for you, Scorpio. Your present energy is the Queen of Pentacles. Your future energy is the Strength card. What they'd like you to embrace more of is the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so Six of Swords, this tells me you're coming out of some very stressful times just recently, and you actually now feel as though you're getting somewhere. The Six of Swords is about going downstream, you know, going with the flow, stop battling upstream. And I think, you know, just knowing that whatever you're doing, whatever you're coming out of has got to be better than what you've been in. That's how this makes me feel. Now, the Queen of Pentacles is how you're sitting at the moment. Absolutely gorgeous energy. Queen of Pentacles is a very Empress energy for me. You know, she sits there in her abundance. It's Pentacles, it's money. She's feeling rich. But not feeling rich as in, oh, she's loaded. I mean, she could be, but rich in as much as, you know, she's very aware of her self-worth, her time, her energy. Also, she's very resourceful, very generous with money, because she knows it's going to come back to her. So there's a lovely air of confidence here, financial confidence for you, Scorpio. I feel like you feel very settled as well with this Queen of Pentacles energy, kind of knowing that what you're doing is working. That's what I want to say to that. I love that for you. There was something else I was going to mention about the Queen of Pentacles. And it's gone. I hope it'll come back. Here's the Strength card, though, that you're stepping into. There's something about you needing to be very strong, very courageous about something too. We might do a clarifier on that. It's the card of Leo. For some of you, it could be that you're, you know, the message of this card is also about taming your inner lion. So maybe you've got to draw, I don't know, be courageous and strong on the inside as opposed to on the outside. Interesting. I'm going to clarify that. Why do we have the Strength card here with the Queen of Pentacles and the Six of Swords? Apart from me, I just want to say you're growing in strength here for sure, Scorpio. Clarified that with Two of Cups. Oh, I like this. The Two of Cups is about being on the same page as somebody. This is soulmate energy. This is, maybe you are collaborating here with a Leo. Yeah, the Two of Cups is, just being with somebody who really gets you. But also feeding your own soul is what I want to say to that. But however that resonates, you need to be strong and courageous about it. And determined. 2s are about choices too. I don't know if there's a choice here to be made. Maybe you have a choice about a relationship or a friendship with this 2 of Cups, whether you collaborate, as I say, going into partnership with somebody. Because they want you to embrace more of the Page of Pentacles, which is really interesting, because this is about learning. This is about going on courses and taking practical steps towards a goal that you know that you are quite committed to. Interesting twist on that, Scorpio. Let me know how that resonates. It's like, I say, there's a confidence here that you can now make this proposal even with this 2 of Cups to somebody. And I don't mean proposal of marriage either. I mean, you know, let's do this together. There's a lovely, I don't feel it's like a real romantic energy. It's just being on the same page as somebody and collaborating with somebody who's really in your, you know, in your thoughts, in your heart, but they think the same way as you. So yeah, oh no, we haven't done a, sorry about that. Too quick, Scorpio. Right, let's get a energy oracle card for Scorpio. Look at that, you have adjacent possibilities. Isn't that interesting? So the adjacent possibilities for me with this card, it just reminds me, you know, you've got doors opening everywhere. And it's like one door closes, another door opens. I just feel like for that 2 of Cups is linked to that. Adjacent possibilities. Can you see that? And did you hear I don't know if you heard that. There was a siren just went off outside. Literally, as I said, one door closes, another door opens. And very much like all other tarot card readers, I'll say, when we hear little snippets coming in, you take it as a sign, don't you? So let me know how that resonates, Scorpio. Interesting. I like that. Right, let's get on with Sagittarius. Let's have a look for Sagittarius, Sagittarius, Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, we are time stamping you at 42:24. So welcome Sagittarius to your midweek energy check-in reading. Oh, we've got a flipper. We've got the King of Cups. Okay, let's see if he comes out again. This is a 4-card spread. This is your past, your present, your future energies, and what they'd like you to embrace more of. And I do hope you've had a wonderful birthday. I think we're nearly at the end of your birthday season now, Sagittarius. And if you still have a birthday to go, have a wonderful day. Don't forget to check out your birthday energy, birthday zodiac reading also, which you'll find on the playlist. Right, let's get on with this. So past energy, please and thank you for Sagittarius. We have the 6 of Cups. Present energy is the 9 of Wands. Future energy is the Knight of Pentacles. And what they would like you to embrace more of is the Ace of Swords. Okay, so the 6 of Cups, a very nostalgic energy, is what you're coming out of. This is about remembering the past. This is about being with people from the past even. Maybe you've been reuniting with friends and family, even a relationship, somebody from your past, or just reminiscing about the past. You know, have you gone back to where you used to live? Have you gone, as I say, gone back to a job that you used to do? There's something about going back to something here and remembering the good times. This is a lovely positive card. The 9 of Wands is how you're sitting at the moment. This is very hard work. There's something that's absolutely exhausting you out, wearing you out. This is very much the card of the wounded soldier. It's one, so it's your determination, your work. It's often associated with work. And he's like, you know, oh my gosh, you know, this is hard work. Now, the advice of the 9 of Wands is 2 things. A, don't give up, you're nearly there, because the goal, ultimate goal is a 10. So whatever you're doing, keep doing it. But in the same time, you perhaps need to put some barriers up and stop saying yes to everything. This is very much spinning all the plates and trying not to drop anything. So that's the energy you're in at the moment. Now you're stepping into the Knight of Pentacles, which is quite nice actually. I like this because the Knight of Pentacles is slowing things down very much. It's like, whoa, hang on a minute. You know what? That nine of Wands, I might nearly be there, but I need to take stock. Maybe you're going too quickly at something, because the Knight of Pentacles is the message is slow and steady wins the race. You know, maybe you need to be thinking of some other plans that need to be put in place before you get to that 10 there. That's kind of like what's making me feel. Or it's whatever this Nine of Wands, it's slowing down for you, in as much as there's delays coming in with something. But when we get that, it's always because there's more plans to be put in place. And you may feel like nothing's going to move now. This is going to be a bit of a boring energy, especially when you're used to the Nine of Wands. But embrace it is what I'll say, Sagittarius. Now, the Ace of Swords is what they want you to embrace more of. The Ace of Swords is mental clarity. This is laser-like focus. And this is focusing on one thing only. Now, at the moment, that's not focusing on one thing only. As I say, that's plate spinning. This is them saying, right, prioritize things. What can you achieve? What's the one thing that you can really achieve? And then let's focus on that. That reminds me with that Knight of Pentacles, they're literally drawing you back in a little bit, saying, right, okay, let's pull this back in a little bit and slow you down, Sagittarius. Very Norfolk that was. Right, let's finish with an energy oracle card. Oh, go on then, we'll take both. So we've got contract. Maybe there is a contract to be had, some sort of decision making here, also something's involving that. Whatever it is, it's about balance. And again, with the Nine of Wands, with that Knight of Pentacles, as I say, they are trying to balance your energies there to slow you down. Now, the Temple Path has also come up for you, which is lovely. Slow down and I know it's going to sound really woo-woo. When I see this card, I love to think of you just withdrawing a little bit, trusting the universe, practicing a little bit of spirituality in as much as, you know, do a bit of meditation, chill out. However it looks for you. Yoga, Pilates, I don't know. There's something about you. There needs to be a balance here because at the moment it feels a bit too full on. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know how it resonates. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your birthdays. Okay, Sagittarius. We are going on to Capricorn. Capricorn, Capricorn, Capricorn. And we're time stamping Capricorn at... What are we time stamping you at? 47.50. So welcome, Capricorn, to your midweek energy check-in. Thank you so much for being here. Let's get on with this. This is a 4-card spread. This is your past, your present, your future energies and what they'd like you to embrace more of. Let's have a look what's going on for Capricorn at the moment. Your readings have been phenomenal. Let's see if it continues. Okay, what have we got? We've got the 5 of Swords that you're stepping out of. That's good. You're stepping into the 7 of Pentacles. Your future energy is the Magician. Oh my gosh, love that, love that. And what they'd like you to embrace more of is the 7 of Cups. Okay, 5 of Swords. So this is like, you know, perhaps you're stepping out of, or maybe you've just, what do you call it? You've separated yourself from those people that are just argumentative, they're spiteful. This is what the 5 of Swords represents, people that are just trying to push your buttons, wind you up. Maybe you've kind of had a bit of a ta-da moment about the people that you're surrounding yourself with lately, and you're like, do you know what, you can get on with it. I'm not having nothing to do with that, because you can see this chap here has got the sword behind their back, and, you know, he wants to win at all costs. You know, as long as he's the winner, he's fine. And these other people are walking in the opposite direction and going, well, get on with it then, mate. And I feel like you're the one that's walked away from something here, or ignoring them. It's like, no, you're not going to wind me up. No matter how hard you try, It's not happening, mate. And then we get to the Seven of Pentacles. Is how you are at the moment. There's something about you concentrating on what you can do to match what you've done already, if that makes sense. Because the Seven of Pentacles is very much the card of they've built up this lovely pentacle tree. They've nurtured it. They've grown it. They've put a long time. It's taken a long time to get to this. They're very proud of their achievements. This can be even money, you know, sort of investments that you've made. There's roots on it. There's thick roots on this bush. But now she's sitting back and going, I don't know, actually, you know what? Contemplating something new, perhaps, knowing that you're very good at what you're doing at the moment and successful. Maybe you need to go and, I don't know, I always liken this to opening a franchise, you know, just having a little snippet of something else as well as this bush here. It's a very reassessing time. Or is it a case of, am I spending too much time doing this thing and it's, you know, it's kind of got to its peak and now I need to do something new? So exciting reflective time there, Capricorn. I like it. Obviously you've chosen the new because you're jumping into the Magician. Love this. You know, the Magician is the number one card. It's not the very first card in the major arcana. The very first card is the Zero, it's the Fool. Completely wiping the slate clean, starting something afresh, not really knowing where you're going, but hey ho, let's have a bit of fun doing it. But the Magician knows exactly what he wants, and that's the difference. He stepped out of that Fool energy, and it's like, right, okay, he's determined. You know, the Magician holds all of the 4 aces up his sleeves. So he knows he has everything that he needs to achieve his goals, his manifestations, whatever that may be, and however that may feel for you. Here comes Bella to agree with you, Capricorn. What they'd like you to embrace more of is the Seven of Cups. Now, the Seven of Cups is choice, it's variety, it's the spice of life. There's something maybe that, especially with this Seven of Pentacles, it's a very stuck energy. It can be very stuck. You know, you've kind of got used to doing the same thing all the time, but you've been successful doing it, don't get me wrong, but maybe you've just got a bit set in your ways. You know what, maybe you need to be opening up other things that really tick the heart chakra. Can even represent friendships and relationships because it's cups, but you know, what else do you really love? You don't have to stick to one thing only, Capricorn. Right, let's finish with a energy oracle card for a final message, please and thank you. Yeah, it's like, I don't know, it's like you're ticking off these boxes at the moment, and the Seven of Cups reminds you that there are other things too that you can be doing also. Let's have a look. What's hostilities? There we go. We've got it again. Hostilities. Now, again, you're coming out of the hostilities energy, which is perhaps why they are there, why this is still kind of, what's it called, lingering around, if you like. Perhaps you are still dealing with the hostilities, but you've actually, as I say, you're just ignoring them and you're turning your back on them and going, no, it doesn't matter how hard you try, you're not going to wind me up. So I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know how it resonates, Capricorn. Interesting reading. And let's moving swiftly on to Aquarius. So Aquarius, quick shuffle. Oh, Four of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. What's just flipped over for Aquarius? Strength card. Right, okay. Let's timestamp you because you clearly need to be chomping at the bit to be getting on with this. Aquarius, we're timestamping you at 53:21. So welcome, Aquarius, to your midweek energy check-in reading. Thank you so much for being here. This is a 4-card spread. This is your past, your present, your future energies and what they would like you to embrace more of. Let's have a look. Past energy, please, and thank you for Aquarius. We have the 8 of Swords. Nice to see that you're stepping out of that energy and into the 4 of Cups. Okay. Your future energy is the Emperor. Putting your foot down there. And then the 10 of Pentacles, what they want you to embrace more of. Okay, so the 8 of Swords, I like this, that you're stepping out of it. This tells me that in the past, perhaps you felt a little bit tied to something or somebody, trapped in your own thoughts. You know, you're putting hurdles in the way. The mindset isn't quite, I don't know, so positive with the 8 of Swords. It's very much like seeing things and then talking yourself out of it, having a good idea and then thinking, oh no, but this might happen and that might happen. But I like that you're coming out of that energy. But you are stepping into the Four of Cups. This Four of Cups is very contemplative. It's like you're reassessing something here with the Four of Cups energy, because they're bored. They're sitting here thinking, oh my gosh, I want to say there's got to be more to life and love than this. It's a very, what do I want to say, like tumbleweed energy, like nothing's growing, feeling a bit stuck. But don't tar everything with the same brush with this energy, Aquarius, because you've got an offer coming in here. They have an offer coming in, but unfortunately they're just thinking, well, what's the point? Because I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt, didn't work the first time, the second time, the third time. I'm not going there again. I also feel in this deck, actually, with this Four of Cups, is that there is actually somebody coming in with an offer, maybe of an apology, but I feel like you're being a bit stubborn also here, Aquarius, for some reason. Just be careful. What I'd say is just don't tar everybody in every situation with the same brush, especially if you've got somebody trying to offer you something, but you're thinking, no, because that's not going to work again. Or, I don't know, you just don't want to commit your heart and your time and effort to something again. Again, it can be relationships because it's cups. Now you've got the Emperor that you're stepping into, which I really like. You kind of like really totally made your mind up here, Aquarius. And I feel like you are rolling your sleeves up and going, right, okay, I want to say you've had enough of being walked over or being looked at as not being particularly strong, because the Emperor is the king of the kings. You know, he's the daddy of the deck, very much in control. It's like you're puffing your chest out and showing them what you're made of here. And I really like that. It's a real sense of determination, but also at the same time of organised and knowing exactly where you're going. Bit of discipline going on here too. I love that. Now, the Ten of Pentacles is what they want you to embrace more of. Sorry, I've got a really itchy nose here. Ten of Pentacles is about long-term plans. It's about looking at things and what's you can be successful at and what can bring in that sense of achievement, that sense of in it for the long run. You know, plans that will be put in place that will be there for many years to come. So there's like, rather than looking at short-term things, maybe start looking and embracing more of what you can do for the long term. It's also about feeling rich with your family around you also. Maybe a little bit of gratitude here going on, recognising what you've got, the stability that you've got, the family that you've got perhaps around you, or your support network, because that means that the same for me with that Ten of Pentacles. So let's finish with, yeah, there's something to do with that offer coming in with that Four of Cups. Really puts you in that Emperor energy. You're like, you know, the boss. You're bossing up here, Aquarius. Oh, you've got the Envy card. The energy card of envy. Maybe some people might be a bit envious of you if you're stepping into the Emperor role. It can be a promotion here. But what I'll say to envy is, obviously, you know, envy eats away at us, doesn't it? It doesn't get us anywhere. If it's you feeling envious, if it's others feeling envious of you, then you're doing, you know, it's a kind of like a recognition, isn't it, that you're doing something right and somebody else would love to do that. And that can be taken also. You can help somebody to achieve that too. If that, you know, they might look up to you and might be envious, but they'd be like, in a good way, like, oh my gosh, perhaps you're feeling envious about somebody, but in a good way, and thinking, I want to achieve that. That puts a fire in my belly. So let me know how that resonates, Aquarius. Love that for you. And we're moving on to, Pisces for the final check-in. So let's have a look. Quick shuffle here for Pisces. Pisces, they're lovely. Pisces. Okay, Pisces. And we're going to timestamp Pisces at Oh, look at that, 59:18. So welcome, Pisces, to your midweek energy check-in. Thank you as always for being here. This is your past, your present, your future energies, and what they'd like you to embrace more of. So let's see, past energy. And we would like to say we do not want any more tower moments. Thank you very much. Pisces have had a couple just recently. Okay, past energy is the Knight of Pentacles. Your present energy is the Six of Cups. Your future energy is the Two of Cups. Very nice. And what they'd like you to embrace more of is the Page of Wands. Now, the Knight of Pentacles, this tells me you've been a bit safe. You played it safe, Pisces, maybe, because the Knight of Pentacles is the only knight in the deck that stands still. His mantra is slow and steady wins the race. But that's because he likes things, he's in it for the long run. You know, what he's doing he's very committed to. That can also feel like things are dragging, you know. There's not much progress going on here with this Knight of Pentacles. And it can feel a little bit frustrating. Maybe you're waiting for something to happen, but maybe you're quite happy in this energy, because I'm a Piscean and I'm quite happy in that energy. You know, I like to take my time. But you're at the moment in the Six of Cups energy, which is very Piscean. It's very dreamy, thinking of the past, thinking about people from the past, maybe even looking at, you know, how maybe you're reminiscing on how things used to be really happy, and you're wanting to get back to that energy, because I can see what you're stepping into here. There's something about rekindling relationships and friendships here, because you're stepping into the Two of Cups, which is lovely. The Two of Cups is being on, this is soulmate energy, and being on the same page as somebody. Again, I feel like you're reconnecting with somebody here, or reinventing a relationship. You know, when you go do date nights and things like that. Lovely, lovely energy. Getting back on the same level as somebody. Maybe you felt like you've been a bit distant lately, but this is, I like this. I really like this. And perhaps the Knight of Pentacles has made you feel like nothing's really growing in this relationship or friendship. And it, because it's cups, we often say it is relationships. However, it's whatever ticks that heart chakra. So if you really love your job, it can be the same. You know, there's something about you stepping into the energy of really being in touch with your heart and soul of what you love. What they want you to embrace more of, Pisces, is getting out of this, which you are, but getting into the Page of Wands energy. More oomph, please, Pisces. Yeah, okay. This has been very ambitious, confident, you know, just having a go at something, getting a fire in your belly and giving it a go. You know, not the Knight of Pentacles. Let's, I don't know, let's get our creative juices flowing again, Pisces. Right, let's finish on an oracle card from the Energy Oracle deck. How many that? No, far too many. Just the one, if possible. No, it's you. Oh my gosh, couldn't make this up. You got Goddess of the Moon, very Piscean. I was liking this card to either the Moon card in the Tarot or the High Priestess, and both of them relate back to Pisces. So this is about you being in touch with your intuition, trusting how you feel about things and people, knowing deep down what you need to do. So I hope you enjoyed that, Pisces. Let me know how it resonates. Have a wonderful week. And don't forget to check out your zodiac readings that I do Saturdays and Sundays. In fact, yours is always posted on a Sunday. So I hope you enjoyed that, everybody. Thank you so much for watching, for checking in again, and have a wonderful week. And I'll see you at the weekend. Take care.